Hello everybody out there once again. It's your man, Tay Sweat, also known as Mr. Vegan Trainer, or the guy who's been helping you with your veganomics, okay? Veganomics is basically a combined, you could say combined, but I like to think of it as the same. But I would just say combine your health and your economics, your money. So that's what veganomics is for me, and I'm giving it out to you so I can show you that in essence, they go hand in hand, okay? If you lose your health, you lose your wealth, usually. And if you don't get wealth, you usually can't get health. So you gotta get out there and, do some things. So, of course, I have Instagram here. We're live. Actually, let me go ahead and start the live. So we got live Instagram here. We got YouTube and my email buddies here. And we're going in. So welcome everybody once again. I am here in New York. For those of you who are on my Instagram, you see that I'm at a convention right now, or kind of like an online coaching convention, and it's just kind of for the coaches. I got invited because I'm doing pretty well in my space, if you will. So I was invited out. A couple other coaches who are doing really well in their space were invited out, and we're just kind of getting together and doing like a mastermind. And we're pretty much just figuring out how we can help others, how we can help more. Because there's a lot of people out there still need help. And of course, we're trying to fight, or not fight, but we're fighting against people who just want to be trainers because it looks fun or it's not work, which it is work. But they're not good, so they're kind of harming clients versus helping. So we're trying to step in and say, hey, like they're trying to get help from somebody who knows what they're doing, not someone who's just here to play. So that's the difference. Keep up the success, support your lifestyle all the way, spread the wisdom. I love that. Thank you. Thanks a lot. That means a lot to me. I spoke about that today in the seminar that we did, and I just basically spoke about how gratifying it is to be able to help people with something that once made me struggle, or I struggle with it, and it made me, that's not the right word, it made me feel lesser than. And that's kind of the topic of today. On my Instagram and everywhere else, I kind of put a poll out to say, which one makes you feel more confident? Is it money? Like if you got your money right, you dress nice, you get a nice car, does that make you feel confident no matter how you look underneath that? Or is it the health and the looking good? Is that what make you step out and feel confident? You feel good, you look good. And honestly, it was almost half and half. I got a lot of people who said money made them feel more confident. And then a lot of people, a little bit more than half, said that they felt confident with the health. And really, overall, when we say health, we just mean looking good. You got some arms, you feel like you got a tight stomach, you got a nice little chest. Ladies, you got your legs, your butt. Those people really feel confident when they look good, and that's me. Now, before I go in on that, on what I think about it, I want to tell a story. I love hearing others talk about how important it is to have these priorities. It's definitely very important to have these priorities. But I want to talk about why, one, it's important to have these priorities, and two, about, I'm sorry, for those of you wondering what this is my band that they gave me. It's Team No Pants is what it says. And basically that just means, because we work from home, we're coaches, we don't have to wear pants if we don't want to. But I have on pants, so don't worry about that. No, but seriously though, my story is basically, when it comes to confidence, I am not a confident person, which is why you don't see me on Instagram with my shirt off. Because I still feel like the fat guy that I once was. I still feel like, I call him Fat Tay. I don't care how big and lean I get and how well my abs look, I still feel fat mentally, because I grew up so many years being fat, being made fun of. And it starts basically with this young guy raised, first of all, in a single parent household, didn't have money at all, really, really struggled, grew up on the system, welfare. I got a lot of my food when I went to school, okay? That was kind of like my lunch. I looked forward to going to school so I could eat. I had a really rough upbringing. You know, a lot of violence, a lot of, you know, just craziness. And I always tell the story of when I was in elementary. And I brought my first real report card home. I was like in 3rd grade. And I was ranting and raving that I had all A's. I made all A's. Look, look, look. And the person, you know, I got on the bus and I told that person, and this guy was maybe a year older than me. He looked at me and said, "We don't give a fuck about your grades. Get to the back of the bus." That's what he told me. This was another kid. And it kind of ruined me. You know, at that point I was like, why am I making grades, like good grades, if nobody's gonna celebrate them with me? It really ruined me for a while, I'll be honest. So that started like this spiral. It was a downward spiral of my confidence. I'm losing confidence. Everything I'm good in, nobody wants me to do. Nobody really, you know, congratulates or pats me on the back for. I was smart as hell. Nobody patted me on the back in the hood. You were actually a geek. You got beat up for that. So I was smart. So instead of getting beat up being a geek, I reverted back and said, hey, I ain't gonna be a geek. I'm not gonna be too smart. I'm not gonna make you look bad. I'm gonna hang out with y'all. So that's what I did. You know, and same thing. It was a downward spiral. You know, I started eating more, I started gaining weight. I was into sports. I played basketball and everything, but I still was eating a lot. I was still eating a poor person's diet. I was losing a lot of my health. I started to get poor skin. Every time I would get out of the shower, you would think I needed lotion, but my skin was just that dry and ashy. And then I started to get eczema. I had the black neck syndrome. So if you ever seen a kid in school with that real dark neck, most of you made fun of that kid. So to you all, no. But seriously though, that kid was me. And I got made fun of because I had a black neck. My neck was super dark. And as you see here, I'm pretty light. If you see my complexion in person, I'm a lighter skinned person. So to have this black neck, I mean, it was black. To have this black neck as a kid, I was made fun of. So there goes another thing. I got dry skin, black neck. I had that black ring around my nose, which now I know means I had heart disease or heart issues. Okay, that's part of reading the body. So I had heart issues. I had high blood pressure. Then I ended up getting, what do they call it? Like juvenile diabetes or childhood diabetes. I had diabetes. So now I'm getting all these things. I'm up to about 311 pounds at my heaviest. So I'm basically falling apart. Meanwhile, I can't do the things that I'm good at. I can't make good grades because they laugh at me. I can't play basketball like I want to because I'm fat. They don't take me serious. And then not only that, when I come home, my little brother had a full 6-pack. He's calling me fat ass. He's, you know, I mean, he's a child. He didn't get it. And then we're brothers. So, you know, we taunt each other. But in the back of my head, it didn't help saying that he's my brother. I just felt bad. I was down on myself. I didn't have any confidence. I'm fat, black, and uncomfortable, okay? I remember, some of you probably know I'm going with that. I was just in a lower place. I didn't have anything to really hold on to, except my hair, which is why I'm growing my hair out now. Because this is something that has always made me proud. I was one of those younger kids that had real long hair. So when all of the women around me, hair was like fairly short and they kind of like wanted long hair, they would praise me because I had long hair. My hair was down on my chest. They were like, oh my God, I love your hair. That was the only thing I had to hold on to. Outside of that, I was very, very, very deep and in a dark place. No confidence. So as I, you know, aged, I did try to cover up this lack of confidence with clothing and, you know, nice things. So I started working. I got my first job at 15. I was a hustler. I grind. I would work, and then during the weekends I would go cut yards. I go knock door to door and cut grass. And that's how I made a lot of money as a child. And I would buy, back then it was throwback jerseys. I would buy the throwback jerseys and the clear Nikes, the Air Force Ones. I was fresh. You know, I had the Jabos on. If you're from the South, you know what the Jabos are. I would wear a lot of these clothes thinking, hey, I can cover this ugly ass body up and hopefully somebody would like me based on what I'm wearing. You know, I would buy the gold chains and stuff like that. I was trying to, you know, I had gold teeth because where I'm from, when you had gold teeth, that was a sign of you had money. You were praised. So I even had gold teeth. I don't have any pictures of this because my mom deleted them. She hated those gold teeth. But I had gold teeth. I really tried to show that I had more to offer than this fat, ugly, screwed up body. It didn't work. It worked for a while because people would, you know, praise me on my new shoes or my new clothes. But when I got home and I took those things off, I looked in the mirror and I was still unsatisfied. I was still pissed off. I was still in a lower place. I felt bad. I still felt like I was that fat fucker that everybody was talking about. That's what they called me sometimes. Fat fuck or fat ass or, I mean, I got it all, okay? Children are cruel. They're mean. But, you know me, I kept trucking. I kept going. And eventually, I just got tired of this shit. So what I said is, you know what? Instead of wasting my money on Jabos, instead of wasting my money on nice clothes, wasting my money on material things, I'm going to put this money into working out and paying for somebody who can teach me how to lose this damn weight. So I kept knocking on doors. I kept working. I worked my ass off. I didn't hang out. I did what I had to do. I paid somebody, paid a coach to help me lose weight. And at the time, coaching was nothing big at all. I just paid somebody to help me to get where I needed to get. And the first thing they told me was drink more water, you know, change your eating habits. I was the only child in high school carrying around a gallon of water, doing what I had to do, eating salad while people are eating pizza sticks and chicken rings and French fries. I'm at the cafeteria eating like an adult, okay? And I'm only like 15, 16 at this time. Fast forward a few years later, I dropped 110 pounds, okay? I'm grown now, I'm 18, 19. I'm down, you know, 120 pounds, no more eczema, no more diabetes. I got my hair still, so I feel very confident. The black neck was gone. The ring around my nose went away. I really felt great. Not only that, I was still playing ball. I was starting to dunk now because I'm lighter. You know, I'm 100 pounds down. I could do anything now. So I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. And still, I had that fat boy in the back of my mind. I couldn't take my shirt off in public still. I would still pull on my clothes thinking somebody was gonna see my titties because I had man boobs when I was fat. So these were the things that really got me. And from that point, I realized that no matter what material things I could buy, it was my actual body. When I stripped everything off that was material, it was my actual body that made me feel confident or made me feel a little bit better and put me at another level. You look great. Huge love from England. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that. Much love all the way over to England. I love my people over in the England area. But yeah, you know, this was something I struggled with. And even today, like I said, I'm very confident now, but I still have very vivid images. This is something I still think about. I had a phone call. This is something I still think about. I have very vivid images of the jokes and the things that happened when I was fat. So to fast forward, you know, on through all of the bull, now today I feel great. And now I can say that, yes, I do believe, me personally, going through both sides, I do believe that the confidence, true confidence, comes from the person who has the actual body, has the look together. Because when you strip all of the material stuff off, when you take the money away from the man or woman, you take the cars, you take the clothes, the purses, you take all of that stuff away, all you're left with is a body, a vessel. And if you don't feel good in that vessel, I don't care how much money you have. you cannot feel as good as you would feel if that vessel was together. Okay, there is no confidence like being confident in the skin you're in. Being able to strip naked and walk in front of that mirror and say, hey, I love what I see right now. Look at me. I want to eat myself alive. I just want to do some things to myself. Okay, that's a little too far, but you get where I'm going. That is what we are dealing with, and that's what I want to get. That's the message I want to get out and let people know that even if you think money is what's going to bring you confidence, think again. Some of you are just being lazy. Okay, I'm calling you out. Some of you are being lazy and saying, hey, instead of eating healthy and going to work out like I should be doing, I'm going to skip all of that and I'm going to go make some extra money and I'll cover it up with nice things. This is what a lot of people do, especially in the entertainment industry. They cover it up. They try, at least. But thanks to paparazzi, we catch them on the beach with a t-shirt on that's wet, that's sucking against their gut, and we see it. And then that's when, only until then, that's when they start to try to lose weight and do better things. But bottom line, the end of the whole line right now is to say yes. Confidence, true confidence comes from one, inside. I talked to somebody earlier and she's like, my confidence comes from inside. It doesn't come from material things or my outer image. Now, one, I do think that could be a possible cover-up. However, I do agree that it starts here. It starts with inside. But you still have to look at yourself. And if you don't like what you see, blaming it or saying, no, my confidence comes from inside is a cop-out. That is a cop-out, and you're being lazy. And I won't say you're being lazy. I will say you're being unfair to yourself, because you owe it to yourself to be your best self, because you're taking your package out into the world. Whatever you put or present out into the world is what people interpret you to be. If you go out in the world looking sloppy or looking not well put together, your shoes are untied or your clothes are dirty, they're going to think your house, the rest of your life is in shambles or dirty or whatever. Your presentation precedes you, okay? That is the first thing people see. That's the first thing they judge you on. So have some nice smelling breath, some nice smelling arms. Make sure you dress nicely or decent. And my philosophy is the better my body looks, the less money I have to spend on clothes. This is an Old Navy shirt, all right? Just a little flannel shirt. These are Levi pants, and I got on some boots, all right? The most expensive thing is probably this bracelet I got on, all right? Because that's real gold. But outside of that, my clothes are fairly cheap. I don't spend a lot of money on my clothes. Why? Because the body that I feel into these clothes, I'm very confident with that body, and I think that I make the outfit. The outfit doesn't make me. So you can put rags on me. You could take this sheet off this bed and put it on me, and guess what? I'm gonna make it look good. I'm going to make it look good. All right, just give me some nice shoes. All right, I think shoes are very important. But no, seriously, the clothes, the cars, all of that stuff, that's extra. It's not needed. If you have it, great. If you love it, great. But take care of your body. That's all I want to say. So I got some guys and gals downstairs who want to go hang out. We're going to go eat. Actually, they're picking my brain about veganism. And these are coaches. Six-figure earners. Like people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. All right, remember I told you all, surround yourself around people who you want to be around, okay, who you want to hang with and want to be like or think like. So these are people who, one, can afford my services, but two, these are people who possibly can come into veganism, and that's really what I want to do it for the health. They're coming into veganism for the health. Now, I love animals, I love all the other stuff, but I really like to focus on the health because that is what I'm good at. That is what I can focus on, and that is what I can entice other people to come into veganism for. So I can't focus on anything else that I'm not good at. I only focus on my superpower. Shout out to Coach AJ Mirza for that one. But this is what I'm getting into, so I'm going to hang out with them. We're going to talk veganism, and hopefully I can get some people to sample some of my food that I get, and they can like it and possibly eat it. So that's what I'm getting ready to go do. thank you all for coming and hanging out with me once again. Remember, Monday through Friday is when I'll be doing these videos. So if you want to catch them live, be looking out on the Instagram. And we're going to get it in, okay? We're definitely going to take care of business. And no matter what I have going on, Monday through Friday, I'm going to make sure we get these videos up. And also get the polls up before the videos. So be checking for my Insta DMs, or my Insta stories, I'm sorry. And be checking for the posts, because I'll be putting the polls up so you can vote and we can have a conversation about it later. So once again, everybody have a great Friday night. For my England people, I'm sure it's not night right now, but you have a good rest of the day too. And anybody else across the world that I'm reaching, have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you all soon. If you have any questions, any comments, you just want to say that I helped you with, you know, something you may be going through, or if you just want to ask any other questions surrounding today's topic, feel free to email me, or just reply to this email, comment below. Do whatever you have to do to get that question to me, because I really like feedback, and I want to know, you know, what you think. Let me into your world. So once again, I appreciate you for sticking it out with me, and don't forget to subscribe, because we got some more stuff coming soon. Please like this, and if you have any questions, once again, let me know, because I want to answer them. All right, till next time, peace.